Alright, so I have an idea for a series because I don't like the power ranking series because it is making me, well, talk about things I don't know about, and that's kind of stupid. One thing I think I do know about, the one thing I think I provide, I guess, on this channel is I am good with pricing and trading. And I think we're going to go with that. So what I'm going to do is a budget build series here. So what I'm going to do is go into Pluggy, and this isn't going to be an exact one-to-one replica because all the items in Pluggy are perfect items. If you scroll through your Pluggy stash, every item spawns with its max roll. But what I'm going to do is go to the trade site, and I'm going to find items that can be bought for an a piece. So if you see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gear slots on you. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7 if you want gear slots on your Merc. And then you got room for your 9 skillers, your Torch, and your Annie. So what that gives us is the 9 skillers plus the Torch. I can spend about a Vex. The 10 gear slots for myself, I can spend about a Vex. And for the Merc with 6 slots, I can spend just over a Gull at 0.3. So that gives me 1.3 high runes total to get a build rolling. And I want to be able to clear a tier 3 map with 250 density under 10 minutes. That's the challenge here. So I'm starting with what I think is actually one of the best season starters, and we're going with a straight Wind Druid. I already got this built up. You're going to be using Twisters, which do physical damage, and Tornadoes, which do physical damage. They have synergies with Hurricane and Arctic Blast, so you just max those. 1 point in your summons, because you're going to have some plus skills. Might as well have them out, and I dump the rest into Oak Sage. So let's begin here by heading over to the trade site. And I already started looking up Druid torches. And one thing we're also going to do in this series is be able to show you guys how to use this site because people don't like it. So if I want to find something for an rune, I can't. So if I would probably want to use a torch over, I can actually get a 19 res. Wow, for 2 just a mal. I'll dump 1 skiller to get a torch. Now I'm going to have more vitality on my torch because it's going to spawn perfect, but that's worth giving up the 1 skiller. So I can use a torch, but it's going to cost me a mal rune. So if I go to Charms again, let's go to Grand, Tree, Elemental. I'm going to type in Worldstone Shards, see if I can bring the price down just a little bit. And sure enough, I can get these for an 3 Worldstone Shards, 3 Worldstone Shards, just across the board. All right, I found one for 12 perfect gems, damn. Pull, there's one for a pull up there. 4 Worldstone Shards or a pull. I think I'd choose the pull, man. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to find one for Worldstone Shard offers. One for just 1 Worldstone, 3 Worldstone Shard. The cheapest is going to be 3. Almost certainly. Alright, yeah, so I can't, we'll count that as an I'm not going to split the difference between 3 Worldstone Shards, and they're worth a little bit more now at the end of the season. But that means I can get 8 skillers and the torch. So, let's start with that. Druid. Alright, so I can't use lifers because those would be really OP. I'll have to use the faster hit recovery and the run walks, so this will be a little bit faster, a little more responsive than a normal Druid build. 1, 8. I have to give up 1 skiller, and I can get my torch. If I can find it. Cool. No way I'm affording an Annie, so we're going to have to leave that off. And since my wife takes forever when it comes to choosing desks, we will also be going over some of the gear, and you might hear some stuff about desk shopping in the background, but Wapinator was nice enough to find me that a Jalal's and a Q Hagen's can be bought for under an He suggested a Whiz Spike, but we found an Earth Shaker. 4 skills for under an as well. I was able to get a Lidless. There was one up for 5 Worldstone Shards, so that counts. Train Gloves for 5 Worldstone Shards, actually a couple for 3. Using a Lanimo belt, I honestly, but 10 faster cast rate gets me to that 99 break point. We found a Raven for 5 Worldstone Shards and Silk Weaves for 3 Worldstone Shards, and this is just a self-found caster ring. I'm wearing a couple of these OP charms here, but that's just to simulate having 10 full, self-found 8 to 10 resistance charms throughout the thing, throughout your inventory, just to get the resists up a little bit, because that is really where we're hurting. So I suppose what you'd want to do, even though it would be a waste, is well, if you have an extra to spend, which I think we do, from all the things we found for 3 Worldstone Shards, is eventually you're going to want to get an rune or an extra extra res in your lidless wall. I probably should have socketed the lidless wall and gone with a perfect diamond. That would have been cheaper, but just for the sake of it, we'll put an in there. But you can also, like I said, socket your lidless with Larzik Quest for cheap to start and go with perfect diamond, which we'll actually do. There we go. Now our res is a little bit better. Also, I was going to use the Act 5 Merc, but Wapinator was, being my resident Druid, was like, hey, Reaper's Toll has actually a better chance to proc Amp, and you can still find those for under Worldstone Shard. To get Strength up on the Mercenary, we're going to use the IK set. That's just because I had pulled that out for eventually using a Cranium Basher on the Act 5, but we'll keep that around. It adds Strength to your Merc, and it's a decent starter to have around if you're going to move into a Templars at some point. Do I have another IK belt or do I have to reload? I might just skip that because it's not really important to the build here. Yeah, I don't have another IK belt, so whatever, he'll go beltless. But everything here bought for 3 to 5 Worldstone Shards, including the Merc. The only thing I just technically I'd have to spend a Mal on a Vent Gaze. That was the cheapest one I could find that had decent PDR on it. But everything else here can be bought. 5 Worldstone Shards, 3, 10, 18 total, 20 total for each of these. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 38, and I mean these are self-found, so 0.38 over here, 0.3 over here, and then 0.55 for all of the charms and torch. So we have a 250 density, tier 1 map. Would find that unplugging. You got anything? Well, do you use it? Do you have an idea of what you like? Okay. I like that one. That one's sort of what we were looking at. How much is it?
This style, this color is 265 or 365. And then if you add in the second storage container, which turns into these, then that takes it to 90. But if you take away the L-shaped desk entirely, it drops to 240.
Alright, I think we'll call that a fail. Because I'm at almost, yeah, what? I came in with 3 minutes left, so 11 minutes. And, well, I can go up there and get my body, but pluggy. I still had, what, 25% of the map left? And it was at 11 minutes on the timer. So, either way, here, let's go look at it. We have at least a 15-minute clearer on Tier 1 for basically dirt cheap, guys. Let's go look at the Merc again. Like I said, here, these two items are really all you need. Well, I guess Shaft Stop helps a lot. That's 0.2 high runes right there. That's it. Everything here is an or less. I know we technically have a Mal's worth of stuff in the Q Hagens with for the armor, plus another rune to get some resistances up. But really, I mean, we're talking 0.5, 0.15, 0.2, 0.25, 0.3, 0.35, 0.4. 0.4 plus this and the torch. You have to get a Mal to get even a decent or low Druid torch. But still, 1 high rune for everything here, plus another gull for over here. So you can get into mapping very, very easily with this. Like I said, it's a great option to start the season just because you have that gust to teleport around. It can MF, it can get at least these maps done until you can find better gear to bump these skills even higher and better corruptions and things like that. Alright, see you next time.